Hey, what's going on, guys? Carnage Gaming here, back with a brand new Madden 20 video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you all how to build a better team in Madden 20. A lot of these tips are going to be tips that you guys did not know about that can even boost your overall with having to spend 0 coins. There are different things that you can do to try and build your team up that will be able to boost your team's overall by a couple points, and you don't even have to actually spend any money or upgrade any player positions. You just have to put in a little bit of work in the adjust lineup page. Guys, if this video helps you at all, leave a like, subscribe with notifications on, and if it doesn't help you, leave a dislike and let me know why in the comment section down below. Without any further ado, let's just hop right into this. We're gonna hop into my team right now. I'm an 88 overall, 89 overall offense, and 88 overall defense. This is basically a no money spent team. I did one pack opening on the channel a little while back. That's the only money I ever spent on this game, but that was mainly for YouTube. So most of the coins that I've made and how I've gotten most of my players is just doing the silver pack method that I have on this channel already. So if you need coins, just check out one of the methods on the channel. That's how I built this entire team. So now that we know that, let's hop into a couple of these tips. So the first one is a more common tip that maybe some of you new players don't know, or even maybe some advanced players. It's going to be our chemistries here. So here we see my chemistries. I have balanced O and balanced D. This is what I prefer to use. So how chemistries work, you're going to want to go into your player by clicking X, and you're going to click upgrade. Now, if you have a player, as long as it's not a power up player, they will have a chemistry slot. You'll have to pay 5 training to unlock this slot. Then you go in and you can apply whatever training chemistry you want to them. Personally, for offense, I think balanced O is the best to put on your entire team, especially if you don't have some crazy stacked team. If you guys do want to put something else, just make sure that it runs with your entire team pretty well. I know West Coast can run pretty well, power run. Just, make sure you match it up with your team because you want to have 30 total points. Now, this 94 overall Todd Gurley gives me 3 total points to the chemistry. Whereas if we go over to a lower overall, for instance, our Christian Okoye, who is an 86 overall here, he only gives us 1 point. So I believe it's 88 plus gives 2 points, lower than 88 gives 1, and then 92 plus gives 4 or 3, something like that. But keep that in mind, and you basically just want to put all of the same chemistries on your team. That way you are able to get this balanced O chemistry up to 30. You can see what it does. It increases all of these stats over here right above me by 1, which can end up increasing the overall of your team if you add it to all of them. Now, another thing that's going to be important is these team chemistries. So right here, I have no team chemistries, but this can be another way to improve your overall. If we see, I have 4 out of 5 Oakland Raiders. I also have 4 out of 5 Dallas Cowboys. Right now, my team is just changing so much. I don't necessarily want to go through the work personally of adding all these team chemistries, but if you guys do, I will show you exactly how to do that because this is another free way to boost your overall. So not every single player is going to have team chemistry slots, but let's try and find one that does. I believe that over here, Jimmy Graham might. So let's just hop over to him. Here we see he has 2 slots. So he has team chemistry slot, then scheme chemistry slot. Scheme is going to be this balanced O, and then his team right now is New Orleans Saints. So these are the different teams that he has played for. Basically, you just pick one of them, and then the more players that you pick that on is going to boost their stats. So if we get 5 Green Bay Packer players, it's going to boost Jimmy Graham's strength by 1, which could theoretically move his overall up by 1, depending if it gets over that threshold. Now, if you can get a team that's kind of themed around, like, all Saint players, or try and focus it in on that, this can actually really improve your team by a lot. Because if you look, you get it up to 30 players, 35, even 40, 45, 50. It increases their speed, their acceleration, their agility, their jump, all of these stats, which is going to help them in the long run become a higher overall. Now, we're going to move over to defense just so you can see that it's the exact same thing for these chemistries and whatnot. Then we're going to pop into the next tip. Here I have balanced O on all these guys. Same exact thing. This 89 gives me 2 points for it. This 92 right here also gives me 2 points. Most of these guys are going to be giving me 2 points, except for Deion Sanders gives me 3. And I have 31 out of 30 of these slots filled. Now, remember that these chemistry slots work even if the player isn't in the starting position. So for instance, Ryan Shazier is my starting linebacker because he's a 92 overall. He adds 2 chemistry points to us. But if we scroll down, none of these players ever play, but their chemistry slots still count towards us. So 85 overall Landon Collins gives us a point. Cole Holcomb gives us a point. And Bobby Bell gives us a point. So I add this to all of these players. That way we can keep getting those points up because we need 30 in order to get all of our abilities boosted and whatnot. All of our attributes boosted up just like that. Now, do remember, if you go to auction or quick sell any of these players, you're going to want to downgrade them first because you're not actually able to auction them while they're upgraded. So how you do this, you basically just hop into here, go to downgrade item, you get a small refund for whatever you paid for, and then you're able to end up selling them and all of that good stuff. This works for X Factors, all of that, which kind of puts me directly into my next point. We're going to be hopping into and start talking about abilities. Now, I would recommend you don't invest too much into abilities unless it is a player you plan on keeping for a while. For instance, my 94 Todd Gurley, I plan on using him for the foreseeable future, at least until a way better card gets released, because I pulled him from a pack. It cost me almost nothing. So I put some abilities on him. Right now I put Jukebox on him because it, increases faster animations. Homer on him, and then we also have Return Man. Basically, you guys will probably want to just look up videos if you don't know what abilities you're going to want to put on them. I will make some videos addressing these abilities at a later time, but just do what you think is right. Obviously, Jukebox is going to be good for you, Homer, Return Man. I mean, it really just depends on what your player is trying to do. Just read the descriptions, figure out what you want to do, and you will be doing very well. Remember, you are able to get refunds for these, so, you can invest a good amount and still get it refunded. And as well with the chemistries, you can still get those refunded. But I would, like I said, only put abilities on players that you do plan on using for a good amount of time. So right now I have abilities on Todd Gurley. I have them on Kyler Murray. I do not have any on Tyreek Hill. Amari Cooper came with some ability slots, and that's all I have on offense. I believe I have like 2 guys that have abilities. I think I have Deion Sanders, and he's actually going to be our only one. Deion Sanders is the only one because all these other guys are going to be getting upgraded and getting better cards later on. So I don't want to waste too much on their abilities. Abilities aren't really going to give you any chemistry boosts or anything like that. They're just for that one player, and they're going to help them do certain things like Jukebox makes your faster juke animations, etc., which actually really does help in game. After that, let's start talking about X Factors because this is something that I see a lot of people asking questions about. Basically, you get 3 X Factors on defense and 3 on offense. So you can have multiple players that have X Factors, but you can only activate 3. Basically what this means, let's hop into Amari Cooper and look at his X Factor. And he doesn't have one because he automatically gets one as his card. So we're actually going to go back to that Todd Gurley card and check him out real quick for you guys. So this Todd Gurley card, I upgraded him to put an X Factor on him. And basically, if I get 3 10+ yard rushes with him, he gets first one free. This means high fake out rate on next juke spin or hurdle. Basically, the first time someone tries to tackle me, he's going to break out of it, which is really, really good. But you do have to accomplish that goal first. You can pick out of any of the ones that they have. Personally, I liked first one free for my guy. You can really pick anything that you want. Each player has different X Factors that you can use. But like I said, you can only have 3 on your team. Also, after you apply the X Factors, say your X Factors aren't working, I've seen some people have this problem, you have to go over to this menu and you have to activate the Superstar. Right now, we see I don't have anyone to switch him with, so he's obviously going to stay. But you have to make sure you go and activate their X Factors, because if you don't, they're not actually going to work. You're not going to have X Factors, and it's not going to help you at all. Another good thing to note, the NFL 100 players automatically start with their X Factors. So definitely make sure they have their X Factors and that, you are using them to the utmost of their ability. So like Deion Sanders right here, I obviously have him activated because right at the start of the game he gets it. He does not have to hit any goals or anything like that. And it's the same thing with any NFL 100 player that you do get. So try and get those NFL 100 players for their X Factors as fast as you possibly can. Now, for the last part of the video, I'm going to be telling you guys some of the positions that I would upgrade first on your team. So basically exactly who you are going to want to be picking up in order to build your team and start winning more of your games. Personally, I do not upgrade my lines nearly enough. I think my offensive line is solid enough to get me through. I don't upgrade my lines until I start having trouble with different blocks and whatnot. Then I will start to upgrade. But personally, I like to focus on the backfield to start. So I would suggest picking up a mobile quarterback. So that can be Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Randall Cunningham, really anyone that's mobile and can run around, because, scrambling in this game is pretty broken. You're going to need a mobile quarterback if you do want to start winning these games, because you just need that threat of being able to go out of the pocket and run for a free first down. So picking up a mobile quarterback, one of my top priorities it was. Getting a great halfback that's got good speed, good stats. His acceleration needs to be quick. His truck, his juke, all of that stuff needs to be as good as possible. So Todd Gurley was a good option for me, considering I got him for a very low price as well. But, you know, any 90 plus overall halfback that has decent speed is probably going to be a good option. I can't really think of many that are terrible. Another great position to pick up right here, Tyreek Hill. If you don't have Tyreek Hill on your team yet, you guys are lost. You need Tyreek Hill on your team just for his speed. There are obviously some other higher overall cards, but they do cost a lot more to get. But 94 speed on Tyreek Hill here, better than basically any other player that you can get. We look at 88 overall Amendola, he has 81 speed. This Tyreek Hill is able to just blow past really anyone he wants, and it's just free yards for you. And really anyone in the backfield. I wouldn't suggest spending too much money on a fullback just because they're not used. But I would get good wide receivers, your good quarterback, your entire backfield except for that fullback position. And like I said, your line can kind of wait until it starts to deteriorate and you actually need to upgrade it. On defense, your corners are going to be very important no matter what coverage you're playing. You're going to want to pick up some good corners. Like you can see, my lowest overall corner is an 88 overall, which I think is pretty decent. My line is going to be the next thing that I upgrade. I'm going to pick up a right end probably after this video ends because he's a very low overall. And then your safeties and linebackers are also going to be good to pick up. Basically, the only things I don't upgrade on here is right through here in these 4 positions on the line. But safeties, linebackers, you're going to want fast linebackers. Your safeties, you're going to want tall guys that can jump. And same things with your corners. You're going to want quick guys that can make sure they can stay on their receivers as best as possible. Personally, I would upgrade your corners first and then get your middle linebacker if you don't have a good guy to play that, as you can user him. And then go for safeties and then your other outside linebackers. I really do hope this video helped all of you. If it did, leave it a like I said at the beginning of the video. If you made it this far into the video, subscribe and turn those notifications on. You made it this far. You're going to want to watch some more of these videos. I appreciate you all so much for watching this far into the video. Leave me a comment and let me know you did. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.